welcome to Storyboard. This is Shibani Gharat. We are just a week away from Cannes Lions and we can feel all the excitement around us. There are a lot of interesting entries from India this year and we hope that India comes home with a lot of medals. I'm going to be there getting all the action from the Palais and Promenade de la Croisette for you. But first, we have a lot of things going on around here. So let's take a look at what is there in store on this week's Storyboard. Ad veteran Ambi Parmeshwaran launches a new book with a very interesting name, Nawab's Nudes Noodles. How is Taj Hotels, Resorts and Palaces delivering more engaging experience to their consumers? Chinmay Sharma, Chief Revenue Officer, Taj Group of Hotels, tells us how. And we get to see how Coke is paying tribute to PepsiCo's former Chief Executive, Roger Enrico. Ambi Parmeshwaran, the former CEO of FCB Ulka, in his latest book Nawab's Nudes and Noodles, has attempted to map an evolving India through some of its most popular and talked about ad campaigns over the past 50 years. Why should you buy a copy of this book? There are several reasons to give, but let's hear what the author himself has to say.
Ambi, by 50 years, you go back to 1966, which is hardly an important year for anybody, for man or beast.
Well, 50 years actually is used for the title, really.
Right.
If you look at the book, I've gone back even more than 60 years.
Absolutely.
Because the Dalda example I talk about,
Absolutely.
which is from Gerson Dicuna's own mouth, probably goes back 60 or 70 years.
Right.
So
we thought
50 is a nice little device to use.
Advertising bullshit.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of the book focuses on the interplay between, say, society and advertising, and some lovely examples. You picked up Jagore and Fast Track and so on. Now, is advertising in India following society or society following advertising?
Well, I think in advertising per se, Anand, borrows from popular culture. Okay, so we look at TV, we look at cinema, and we take ideas to use in advertising. Okay, and one of the interesting little nugget I discovered was that Lalita ji actually came before Rajini.
Right.
So in that case, actually television borrowed from advertising. But otherwise, by and large, we tend to reflect what is happening in society. Okay.
However, so you're saying advertising follows society
very often,
rather than the reverse.
Yeah, very often advertising follows society. But some of the braver brands have tried to push the agenda. So whether it is you take Jagore, Tata Tea, or the Tanishq remarriage, or the LGBT stuff which Fast Track did, where they actually took what is in the fringe of society and tried to bring it mainstream. And brands have done both. Follow society and also try and push the society towards certain things like women empowerment, employment for women, job for women.
Right.
Okay, so I think we do both.
Right. Are we going to see more of that where advertising either pushes an agenda forward or plays a more active role in recognizing issues which are not being spoken about?
I have a mixed feeling about it. I think advertising's job is to primarily sell brands and products.
Right.
Okay. So if to sell brands and products, if you take up a cause, it helps you to sell the brand and the product, go ahead and do it. But of late there has been a big trip about every brand trying to jump onto some visibility.
The most controversial that Ambi Parmeshwaran has ever been. You're criticizing other people. Anyway, carry on.
In old age, you have the benefit of looking back and criticizing people. But a year ago, I was asked by some television channel that look at these 10 ads which are produced by various brands, and they're all onto different kinds of differently enabled people kind of advertising.
Right.
One spoke about
insurance.
Insurance.
3 or 4 insurance ads.
There was an insurance ad. There was some hair care ad. There were some 6 or 7 different product categories, all jumping onto this bandwagon. I only hope it is not the flavor of the month issue. Then you're just going to lose the plot. I mean, you're going to have just a cacophony of different brands jumping onto. So my own feeling is if brands pick up a cause and stay the course for 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Like a Jagore or a Fast Track.
Yeah, they've done it.
Interesting, all those low lintas ads, all 3 of them.
Yeah, I think Sambhav Balki probably has this thing. And if you go back in history, Lintas has always had a history of, thanks to the Lever upbringing and Lever connection, they've always had very good social listening, happening, whether it was, Lalita ji before. But yeah, I mean, that particular case we are talking, but there are enough other brands which have also, done this in terms of pushing the agenda towards interesting fringe areas of society.
Right. Ambi, of all the books you've written, this is the least kind of academic, in the sense, all the books up to this one are more sort of textbooky. Is there a considered reason why you moved away from that?
Well, actually, I think the last book was not
Correct.
textbooky either.
Yes, less textbooky than the previous 6.
So I think you go back to my journey, I started writing books more like case studies,
Right.
which can be used in teaching. And I used to use them in my teaching at the IIMs and all that. And it was only last time when I wrote my last book, 3-4 years ago, when my publisher and editor said, look, you want to write a thesis, no one is going to buy it. You need
Right.
to make it more approachable.
Right.
And he pushed me towards writing things about my own personal anecdotes. I'm a private person. I don't like to talk about, what happened to me. And you will not see me posting photographs on Facebook saying I'm in the Dubai airport, or I'm at O'Hare, Chicago, or I'm standing outside, Chicago Art Institute. I don't do that because
Now we know you were there.
yeah,
all
so
those things.
I'm dropping all those names because I was there last last week. But I don't do that.
Right.
Okay, but he pushed me. He said, "No, readers want to read about what you have experienced." So, which is why if you go to this book, almost every chapter has some story of my own.
Absolutely, and a lot of FCB in it. It's not.
Yeah, because
it's your learnings.
25 years in FCB, before that 3 years at Rediffusion. So you'll see some Rediffusion stories here. You'll see some Boots stories, going back to
absolutely. The Boots was a bit of a shock for me, when I saw that.
Yeah.
Can I be sort of unfair here and saying you've been ungenerous in not seeing other great ads in the last 50 years?
Well, I think you raised this very valid question. Before I wrote this book, I actually trawled the net for people who have written about what they think are the best ads India has produced.
Right.
In fact, I've gone through your list as well.
Right.
And I pulled something like 20 different lists of what people think are very good ads, which reflected Indian society, change, etc. Not necessarily award-winning ads.
Sure. Popular.
Yeah, popular, become part of popular culture, right?
Right.
And I consciously made a list, and I can show you the list of ads which I should mention in the book.
Right.
Okay, and I said, look, not more than 20% of the ad should be the ad which I worked on,
Right.
or FCB has worked on, or Boots has created, or Rediffusion has created. So I think 80% of the ads are really of ads which I have had no connection with. So I've been kind of neutral, about what I'm going to write, which is why I met, various people to take inputs
Right.
on their ads. I've read all the books written by all the greats of Indian advertising.
That's
whether it
12
is
books. That's all there is. No. How many books are there?
No, I've read your book,
Yeah,
I've read Piyush's book, I've read Santosh's book, I've read
Andy's book
Ramanujam
and-
Sridhar's book, Andy's 2
Right,
books,
sure.
Rama's 2 books. And fact is I wanted to read, I want to know about story behind a lot of Lintas campaigns, right? And the book which Alec has written, called Second Life, is out of print.
Right.
But I wanted that book. I could have tried to go and meet Alec, but then last time I met him, he gave me a headache.
Right.
So I actually found the book in Flora Fountain.
Right.
So 100 rupees. I bought the book
Right.
and I read it cover to cover. And in fact, 2 or 3 stories in this book
Have
are
come from yes.
Second Life, which are fabulous stories.
So, Ambi, tell me, who would you like to see this book in the hands of, and why?
Okay, and today I think one of the websites had written something. I told them you misquoted me. What I want to say is, when anyone is thinking of entering advertising, they should read this. Okay, so if anyone entering
That
advertising,
you've written in your preface as well.
yeah. So anyone entering advertising, this should be a nice primer for them to say, look, what is this advertising world all about? What do we do? Okay, and if that happens today, many of them read Ogilvy on advertising. It's a great book, but it's international, right? What is an equivalent book looking at 30, 40, 50 years of advertising in India? I think this could serve
Will
the
this
purpose.
book ever be read in IIT or IIM?
I think it can be read in IIM. In fact, I'm thinking of creating a one-day seminar using this book. And, I've covered 23 topics here.
Right.
But, I can ask students to pick up a 24th topic and write. You know, for example, take a particular product category. You know, I've written about clothing, but you know, I can ask them to look at undergarments.
Right.
Analyze the undergarment advertising for the last 40, 50 years.
Right.
How it has changed. Why is it so peculiar?
Right.
You know, you had Frenchie,
Right,
which had someone,
absolutely.
and
Which
then
of
now
course
you
you've
have,
written about,
you know,
yeah.
Yeto Bada toying, you know, now. So why? So, you know, so television, for example, as a category, you know, how has it changed? So I think it's an interesting seminar. It can be a seminar book.
Right.
It cannot become a textbook.
Finally, Ambi, tell me what next for Indian advertising. I mean, you've taken us 50 years back, now take us 2-3 years forward. I mean, the window beyond that is impossible.
I'm waiting for your book.
That will come, but no, seriously, what do you see in the next 2-3 years? I think it's a very critical 2-3 years, so I'd like your view on that.
So I think our advertising world is going to change because the young people have stopped reading newspapers, you know, kind of going off TV. They, you know, the mobile is going to be the medium of choice. So how do we engage with them? What kind of content do we create? Today we are fooling ourselves saying we are doing digital advertising by making a 3-minute video and putting it on YouTube.
Right.
That's not digital advertising.
Right.
So how do we need to rethink on how we are engaging with the young people. Do we have an equivalent of subservient chicken in this country? No. Do you have an equivalent of Daily Twist? No. So when are we going to have that? I'm sure we will, but we need more of them.
Perfect.
And we need clients who are brave enough to spend, okay. See, today clients say digital means 10 lakhs. No.
Right.
They should say digital is 10 crores. Now do something. You know, and hopefully we'll have some great campaigns coming out in the next, you know, 3 years.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ambi, and all the best for the book.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
if you can show the cover to our viewers, and that's a good way to end the show. Thank you so much.
Do buy a copy of this book over the weekend. I have read it cover to cover and it does make a very interesting read indeed. It is now time for us to slip into a short break. When we return, we speak to Chinmay Sharma, Chief Revenue Officer, Taj Group of Hotels, about how the brand is making itself more digital savvy, and we get to see how Coke pays tribute to PepsiCo's former Chief Executive Roger Enrico.